Pod Network Entertainment.
Hi, I'm JB.
And I'm Ella, at ito ang Kwentong Kolyo.
Powered by the Pod Network. Oh, bago.
What? Uy, bago.
Happy
Kasi
New Year,
bagong taon.
Besh.
Okay,
Oo
ay,
nga.
galing.
Yung minds natin na naman. Naka-video podcast na yung buho ko hindi sumusunod.
Ano naman, maganda. Parang new look for you. New look for the new year.
New Year, new me. Ganun yung atake ko.
Oy, new us din. Ay.
Oo nga, new us. Bagong art card. Ang ano natin, parang ito yung suot ko doon. Diba? Oo nga, no? Baka straight from the art card lumabas ako.
Alam mo, ito yung suot ko sa old art card.
Masingit na.
Totoo naman.
Pink. Kasi pink. So, we're the old and new together.
Yes. Because, it's the turn of the year. Kailangan natin ng, something to rejuvenate.
Reinvigorate. Revitalize.
Ay, ang ganda ng revitalize. Ang ganda. I will use that as my word of the year.
Oo. So, pag-usapan na natin, sino ba yung sinabi kong The Pod Network. Sino ba sila, Besh?
Sila ang ating new producers or part of our... So, thank you so much.
At saka bagong platform tong ginagamit natin.
Yes, diba? Alam mo, kaya ako na kinakain ako ng teknolohiya, Besh, as a tita. First time ko tong gamitin.
Actually,
oh my God, ang galing. Amazing.
Hindi na Zoom. So,
na-try mo na ba before?
Hindi na makikita ng UP yung ginagamit ko siya.
Hindi pa ba tayo natatag ng UP dyan?
Hindi pa naman
nila nalalaman.
Siyempre nasa cloud yun minsan. So magugulat sila. Ano tong creative output naman to ng university.
Gawin na lang natin ang study to, Besh, para
True. So yun nga, yung The Pod Network, ang bago naming producer. At we're very grateful and happy na inampon kami ng The Pod Network.
Oh, salamat. Naririnig nila to ngayon. Hello po.
Pero alam mo, hindi naman to yung first time na maka-overlap or makaharap natin sila. Kasi yung recording natin with
Attorney Lenny. Yes.
Madam Lenny ay sa studio nila.
True. It was a very memorable episode, di ba?
So pag-uwi ko ng Pesh, pag-uwi ko na. So pag-uwi ko, alam mo na.
Oo naman. Dadalasan natin yung recording. Tama. But today, to celebrate the new year, our new faces ang OA. Our new look, 'di ba? We're going to just do a rundown of some of our kwento mo sa call room questions. Ayan.
Oo. Kasi we want to start brand new. Walang backlogs. Sure.
Besh, ang dami na kasi nito, 'di ba? Parang again to orient our listeners, kwento mo sa call room, it's avenue for our listeners to send in their questions, mga gusto nilang pag-usapan, ganyan. And yun nga, medyo thank you so much for all your questions and concerns, pero sorry at natatagalan kaming sagutan. But here we are, maghahabol tayo sa backlogs today.
Yes, pero bago tayo magbasa ng questions, Bes. Sino muna tayo?
We are Kwento Call Room, we are JV and Ella, we are doctors, and we are best friends. Anong goal natin, Besh?
And our goal is to demystify and humanize medicine.
Yan. So sa aming recurring listeners, thank you. At nandito pa rin kayo sa 2025. Sana tuloy-tuloy pa rin. Please keep listening in. Maraming pagbabago this year, but we hope you can still tune in sa aming mga episodes.
At ano yung pagbabago? Isang pagbabago na major. Makinig tayong mabuti. Kunin yung pen and paper. Isulat to. Okay.
Sige, Beth. Ikaw
Ang bagong release namin ay because we did our analytics. Wow.
Okay.
Ay, sorry. Indexo lang namin ng bago at itry natin na ang release ng episode namin ay after nitong episode na to, na first episode for 2025, every Wednesday na, 5 p.m.
Okay.
Kasi gusto namin na habang nagko-commute kayo, habang mandirigma kayo sa traffic, habang gusto mo habang kaka-out mo pa lang sa work,
True.
yan, makikinig ka na dito sa amin. So again, every Wednesday ang bagong episode. So every Wednesday, 5 p.m.
Yung mga teaser, tuloy na tuloy pa rin, pero magiging Monday na siya. Same time, 5 p.m.
Oo. So, tapos kapag yung question gusto mo nang sagutin, maghihintay ka pa hanggang Friday muna. So again, ang schedule ay, MWF tayo dito.
Yeah, okay. Parang Ano ba yung mga MWF na schedule?
Yun yung in person, tapos Tuesday, Thursday work from home.
Oh. Yes, akala mo ganun
Galing
yung
yun sa
schedule
akin.
niyo.
Hindi. Everyday in person.
Okay. So,
At sa mga
ayan.
old listeners, salamat sa pakikinig. 5 stars sa Spotify. Follow nyo lang. Hit the bell button para ma-notify kayo kapag merong bagong episode. Kailan nga, Besh?
Yeah, Wednesday, 5 p.m. Okay.
Ayan.
Sa mga new listeners, salamat na nakarating kayo dito. However you may have found us, kung nahanap nyo kami through social media, nakita nyo kami as a suggestion, may nagkwento sa inyo, nakita nyo kami sa Reddit, salamat. At sana magstay kayo for more episodes kasi we don't plan on stopping.
Oo. At yung background natin,
Taray, no?
Diba? Alam mo, medyo close. Pinilit to. Medyo close siya sa Color of the Year, di ba?
Yung
mousse yun, diba?
Choco-mousse.
Diba? Pag nalusaw na, ewan.
Oo, imo. Pero diba, hindi natin yun predict. We just,
hindi nga.
Yan. Okay. I guess it's serendipitous. Ayan.
So, Besh, yung sinasabi mo ay magbabasa tayo ng mga questions.
Yeah. So, ang gawin na lang natin, again, just a rundown of all the questions na send na sa atin prior. Meron pang iba dito na gusto pa naming maging episodes in the future.
Oo.
Pero yun.
So kung di nabasa, tapos parang wag magtampo kasi babasahin yan at some point.
Hindi talaga natin nagtatampo sila, no?
Gusto ko i-assume.
Sige. So mabilisan lang, no? We won't be able to go into the nitty-gritty, pero...
Sinabi mo yan, Besh, ha?
Totoo!
Na hindi nitty-gritty, ha?
Kaya yan. A lot of these questions actually nasagot na, and we can also refer them to previous episode, o diba? Very looking back pa din.
Okay. Alternate na lang.
Sige.
Mauna ka.
Okay, so we have a question from Res Amisa. She's a 29-year-old who goes by she and her. Ang chief complaint niya sa atin nun, Besh, ay not graduating residency on time. This is her. So, sabi niya, I'm a senior resident in a private hospital in Manila and I'm not graduating on time. No research yet, can't concentrate, changed topic 4 times, dami kasing nangyari na toxic during my residency and it felt like I was only accomplishing things one day at a time. If I were honestly asked my stand on this, 1, I'd rather have a paper that I'm proud of versus cheating or writing a crappy one just to finish. And 2, if I didn't sacrifice what I did back then, our department would not be stable. I guess I'm just having a hard time accepting that I'm not like everyone else, quote unquote, that I slowed down, that I prioritize different things over my own self-growth and training. Dati kasi kaya kong makipagsabayan at pag-multitask kahit gaano karaming task or deliverable at kahit gaano ka-toxic. I pulled through college, med school, and internship. Pero iba pala talaga ang residency and maybe even fellowship. Mas mahirap talaga. This is just my regret talking. Thanks for reading.
Okay, next.
Uy, grabe ka!
Hindi kasi thanks for reading. Anyway, palakihin natin yung yun talaga yung point ko, no? Naghahanap ako ng papalaki. Palakihin natin yung I'd rather have a paper I'm proud of versus cheating or writing a crappy one.
Hindi, pero I guess this question highlights yung isang hindi alam ng lahat na requirement for training, which is research. Na bukod sa mga pagjujuti, ganyan, natatawa ka ba na ninitty-gritty ko?
Hindi, natatawa ko na ayaw mong patulan yung ko.
Ayoko patulan.
Sige na nga.
Hindi, yan yung research kasi, it's one of the requirements that we really need to graduate. Hindi lang siya tipong something to add to our resume. Well, it is. And it adds to your repertoire of things you've accomplished kapag nag-research ka. But it's also really a requirement. Maraming hindi nakaka-graduate, maraming hindi tumutuloy sa fellowship or parang na-delay yung mga ganap dahil sa research. And minsan malas ka lang talaga, minsan things are out of your control, and yun. So, naalala ko kasi dito yung episode natin about delays. So, this is also a kind of a delay. Diba? So, yun, with Trisha Robredo.
Yeah, oo. Tsaka kasi din, yun nga, ang di mo ata nabasa na part yung understaffed sila, kaya parang mas madami siyang ginagawa than the usual siguro. Kaya hindi naatupag yung research. Not like everyone else, I would agree. Siguro yung iniisip niya dito ay everyone else ay okay sa research. I think as much as advocate ako na maganda mag-research, hindi talaga siya para sa lahat.
Yeah, and parang yung
Oo.
everyone else din is yung hindi siya nakakasabay. Parang hindi siya nakakasabay sa graduation, makikita mo na yung batchmates niya nag-move on na o kaya nag-apply na
Mm.
sa other things, pero siya
Mm.
na-hold down siya ng research. And yun nga, masakit talaga yun.
At sinabi naman niya na if I didn't sacrifice what I did back then, kung ano man yon, parang ang bigat kasi niya eh. Then ang department would not be stable
Yeah,
now. Feeling ko, hindi ko alam
yeah.
kung kasagsagan ba to ng pandemic o kaya
Mm.
hindi ko alam kung ano yung sinacrifice niya, pero ang sure ko lang ay significant yon for his or
Mm.
for her department, di ba?
Yeah. Tsaka may sinabi din siya na parang na-frustrate siya kasi she pulled through yung med school, internship, pero iba yung residency. And I think that's an
Which is
experience of
true.
a lot. Oo, kasi may iba nga talaga na yung source of frustration nila is alam nilang kaya nila dati, pero mas nahihirapan sila for whatever reason during this stage in their lives.
Ang laki
So,
kasi ng jump niyan, ng responsibilities. Meron
mm,
kang license, tapos iba yung expectation
yeah,
sa'yo. Technically, almost all programs, ikaw yung parang bottom of the food chain, kumbaga,
mm,
'di ba, sa hierarchy ng medicine.
mm.
So yeah, tapos
Pero,
lalo na kung halimbawa pandemic ka nag-internship or clerkship, tapos biglang residency, wala namang online residency. Kahit
wala.
pandemic 'yan, bahala ka, 'di ba?
Yeah. Then yun nga, parang increased responsibility, increased accountability, plus all the other requirements that come with it. Because it's a really weird position. I think we've said this before, na residency is both a job, but it's also training. So, student ka pa din in a lot of ways. You're being evaluated, you're under the scrutiny of other people. So, it really puts a lot of pressure on from yourself, from your mentors, your peers, ganyan. So, wala. I wish we could help, pero parang ang best we could do is just validate the experience and alam mo yun, parang I hope it helps to know na hindi ka nag-iisa. Alam ko mahirap, pero um, I hope by now or somehow you were able to pull through, and I hope you were able to find the help you need.
Yes. I think
Okay.
graduate naman na siya, hopefully.
Oo. So, huwag natin i-reveal kung kailan tong question na to.
Okay, next.
Ito naman.
From Mima.
Oh, I love her name.
Mima.
Oh.
27, she, her. Ang kanyang chief complaint ay sabi niya ay, they say medicine means taking what comes. How to deal with unmet expectations or dreams unfulfilled po. Ang history of present illness, sabi niya, nag-pre-res po ako at hindi natanggap. Awit.
Oh.
Anong term yun? Millennial ba yun or Gen Z?
Hindi. Ano, sinasabi yan ng friend natin.
Oo nga, pero so millennial.
Oo. Oh, sakit,
Okay.
diba?
Ay, ba yun? Hindi ko
Hindi ba?
alam.
Oo.
Baka yun pala yun. Sige.
Oo.
Nag-pre-res po ako. Okay, galing. Nag-pre-res po ako at di natanggap. Ngayon, feeling ko, thrust ako into moonlighting, which is not my choice talaga. I want to train na, pero all other hospitals na goal ko sana pag-train na ng specialty is no longer accepting applicants. There is a feeling of being lost. Ang tagal ko po kasi itong pinangarap, and I am so restless about achieving this dream.
Ito naman mas yung kanya, ang tema niya ay disappointment because ayun, dahil nga application process siya, may natatanggap, may natatanggal. So again, a sad reality, not just in medicine, in life in general, when we apply for a job or when we aspire towards some things, di natin nakukuha. And yun nga, ngayon, dahil kailangan niyang kumita, may mga ginagawa siya na hindi niya gusto necessarily. Not to say na there's anything wrong with moonlighting. A lot of people choose moonlighting after med school. No? Pero hindi kasi lahat gusto yon or baka may iba siyang plano. Basically, hindi yun yung nakita niyang ginagawa niya at this time. Eh, di ba very yan, may certain months lang na tumatanggap ng applications, ganyan. So, mapupush back ka na naman for a year if you want to apply again. If you want to apply again, ganun.
Oo. Ikaw na yung nag-validate. So, ako na yung moving forward. Moving forward, pwede ka... moving forward, kung gusto mo mag-apply ng same residency but in a different institution, I think pwede pa kung merong mid-year, di ba? May mga ganong cycles.
May ganon, yes,
Oo.
yes.
Pero kung gusto mo dun sa hospital na yon, ano ba, if you can get feedback from that hospital, from your colleagues, how to improve, or ano yung i-improve pa, I think yun yung magandang use of your time. Kung gusto mo talaga mag-residency, hindi ko ina-assume na gusto mo, na gusto. Hindi, I think gusto niya pala. Sabi niya restless daw siya about achieving this dream. So kung gusto niya talaga yon, edi maghanda siya for the next application. Like maghanda meaning mag-improve ng career-wise, ng
CV.
mas makakapag-pa-appeal sa CV niya, or makakapag-reinforce, makakapag-enhance ng skills niya, clinical, so yung moonlighting, yun, mag-attend ng mga conferences, kung sa palagay niya magbe-benefit siya sa mga ganun. So I think yun. Kasi ano naman yan wala namang magtatanong sa by the end of residency or kapag attending ka na okay lang ka nag-residency, bakit ka may gap year, or bakit di ka nagtuloy-tuloy. Interviewer lang yun ng interviewer ng residency, tatanungin ka nun. Pero yung patients mo in the future, they won't care naman So, ako go lang kung gusto mo talaga maging specialist.
Yeah. Maraming factors that go into that. Siyempre, oras, panahon, pera. So, pag-isipan. And ask help if you need. Ito na nga tayo, kaya siya nag-message. So,
true,
Next.
Okay. Mahaba-haba.
Ito ay from someone across the diaspora. Siya ay 17. Goes by he, him.
Across the diaspora? So, nasa ibang bansa siya?
I think. Kasi sabi niya, ang tanong niya ay, worth it bang balikan ang Pilipinas para maging doktor? Besh. Hindi ikaw na yung sumagot. Wow!
I think ako to talaga.
Basahin natin. Sige. Sabi niya, hello mga doc, napakinggan ko yung episode niyo about moving abroad to pursue med. Quite the opposite yung akin. In 2019, me and my family moved to Canada for good. Dito na ako nag-high school and all. Ako po ay graduating high school student who plans to eventually enter med school. Ang dilemma ko po ay sobrang taas ng standards ng Canadian med schools dahil 20% lang po ang acceptance rate sa buong bansa at meron lamang 17 med schools. Mas mataas
Luzon pa lang yan sa atin. Or feeling ko, mas marami pa yung med schools sa Luzon. Pero ganun ata talaga sila. Konti lang yung meds. Oo, kaya.
Yeah. Mas mataas pa yung chance na ma-reject kaysa matanggap. Kung kaya naman, naisip kong plan B ay bumalik sa Pilipinas. Pero kung gagawin ko yon, it's more likely na sa Pilipinas rin ako mag-practice. As a matter of fact, the thought of practicing medicine in the Philippines excites me dahil Philippines is home at matutulungan ko rin ang kapwa ko Pilipino. Lagit-lagi para sa bayan. Sabi nga nila. Pero hindi ko po alam if worth it pa ba na ipagpalit ko ang magandang quality of life para mamuhay sa Pilipinas considering the current administration and God forbid na ganun pa rin ang administration by that time. Oh my God.
Well, you were right.
Yeah. In addition, med schools in Canada are way more expensive than med schools in the Philippines. Kung dito ako mag-med, may option din ako to get student loans and fund my education myself. Pero sa Pinas, my parents would have to support me. Kaso hindi naman po kaya ng budget. But despite all the uncertainties, sa path to become a doctor, one thing is certain, yun ay ang pangarap kong maging manggagamot. Aww. Thank you, mga doc. I think deserve nito ng episode.
Oo nga, no. Ba't mo binasa?
Sorry, wala na, nabasa ko na Pero, hindi, ang thoughts ko dito ay, pero it's not best answered by us. Siguro, we can ask someone na nag-med school sa ibang bansa na to help us with this question.
Meron naman akong classmate. May ganun ka ba classmate? TFC subscriber. May ganun ka ba?
Hindi, as in med school Kasi high school.
Med school. Oo nga pala. Kabagay. College lang pala yun, no?
Med school. Well, pwede naman.
Na umuwi sa atin. Meron bang ganun?
Meron.
Wala akong ganun kakilala
Hindi, maghanap tayo. Pero thank you for your question. And thank you na may desire ka pa rin bumalik sa Pilipinas.
Oo. Pero practically speaking, kung gusto talaga niyang mag-practice, kailangan kasi i-consider niya ay saan ba siya magpa-practice eventually. Kasi kung gusto niya naman pala mag-practice sa Canada, parang magte-take siya ng long cut.
Yeah.
Kasi mag-med school ka dito, tapos mag-exam ka dito, tapos mag-exam ka ulit doon, tapos I assume, well, tama ba? Hindi ako sure sa stats ng Canada, pero syempre, meron pa rin silang exam. Hindi ko alam kung gaano sila ka-open sa mga international students given that they lack doctors in a way. Kasi nga, konti lang yung med school nila. Pero I think hindi naman siguro. So, ang assumption ko ay, kung dyan ka magpa-practice, dito ka mag-med school, baka hindi mo mas lulusutan yung mahirap na acceptance rate. Kasi kung ang acceptance rate na nahihirapan ka ngayon ay sa med school, eventually sa future, ang mahihirapan ka ay acceptance sa residency naman. Kasi hindi ka graduate dyan.
Pero alam mo, na-realize ko din dito, na-highlight dito yung, sinabi ng friend ko before na, ang problem with medicine is sobrang haba ng aralin mo, sobrang dami mong pagdadaanan to get to the MD, but it's very location specific. Your license will only apply to where you get your licensure exam. So, parang every time nalilipat ka, hindi tipong pag-graduate mo ng med school, magagamit mo yung, or makakapag-doktor ka sa US, sa Canada, Singapore, ganyan. Hindi siya ganun kadali. You will always need to be recertified in some way, take a licensure exam. Some institutions even require you to take certain courses ulit kasi may mga hindi hindi
up to par with their standard.
Oo. So may ganun yun yung mahirap kasi in other fields, in other professions, kung inaral mo dito, you can apply it abroad eventually. Hindi kailangan na recertification talaga or relicensure ulit. So, yun lang. Yung mahirap kasi it's a licensed profession and yung license natin is specific to the country where we want to practice. Yun lang.
Yeah. Tapos pagdating naman sa finances, parang sabi naman niya parehong mahal, mas mahal sa Canada obviously. Tapos kung sa Pilipinas, hindi rin naman kaya ng budget. Ako una ay parang yung kung yung practical aspects ay hindi on his side. Isipin niya kung ang gusto niya ba ay maging doktor or kung gusto niya ay makatulong sa kapwa sa Pilipino. Kasi baka may ibang ways. Baka hindi lang naman pagdodoktor yung way para makatulong. Pero kung gusto niya talaga magdoktor, meron tayong episode. Meron tayong episode na nagtrabaho muna siya. Di ba?
Yeah, meron tayo.
Nagtrabaho muna siya for 5, hindi joke.
Several.
7 years.
May episode tayo on, yun nga, nag-work muna. May episode din tayo on taking med school at an older age na parehong ina-address yun.
Oo nga pala, si Marvin. Dalawang episode yun. So, kung gusto mo mag-work muna para makaipon, whether sa Canada man mag-med school or dito, pwede siya. 17 pa lang siya. Diyos ko, 17, hindi ganito iniisip ko nun.
Yung ano iniisip natin nun?
Iniisip ko nun. Nasa med school na ako nun eh.
Wow, hindi! Joke ka, hindi.
Nasa med school na ako noon.
Hindi, ako emo.
4. Hindi, joke lang. Hindi pala. College pala. Intermediate.
Oo nga.
Hindi pala. So, anyway.
Balikan natin to, Besh. Maganda siya.
Hi, I'm Joelle, and I'm back. Did you miss me? I wouldn't call this a season 2, but rather just another era with more lessons, realizations, and thoughts from all the overthinking. And it's not just gonna be me this time. We'll have special guests, other POVs, para mas marami pa tayong masagot na paano kungs ng buhay to hopefully help you find the answers you're looking for. Tara, this is Joelle's podcast, Paano Kung.
Ang next question ay from...
sumulat siya nung birthday ko. Salamat naman.
Ay, wow.
Sana binati niya ako, no? Ay, hindi. Char. Sobrang narcissistic. From Jenny. From the block. Char. 2022. Ang age ay 22. She, her. Okay. Ang chief complaint ay having doubts about pursuing med but still wants to give it a try. No. Char. I have always been interested in pursuing neurosurgery as my specialty. Uy, may episode na kami niyan.
Yes.
Sana, if ever dumiretso ako ng med. Pero as someone who doesn't have any doctors or med-related person in the family, same.
Kami
joke, meron ka, di ba?
Ay, hindi naman ganun kalay. Malayo.
Hindi immediate. I really don't know who to ask or paano ba dapat mindset ko ngayon pa lang to be able to pursue it someday or ano ba dapat yung maging goals ko. Or mga dapat gawin ngayon pa lang to somehow prepare myself. Or kaya what to expect in the related field. I know na matagal pa naman considering na I still have doubts if I am really going to pursue med. But, yes, queen of conjunctions. But I just want to have insights from someone who has some honest thoughts about the field. That could also give me reality checks if it's really worth pursuing. Again, may episode tayo dyan. Tama ba? Meron, di ba?
Kaya nga napili
natin. Nasa title ka, di ba? Oo.
Tsaka yung ISMED, tama ba? Yun yung ibig mo sabihin?
Yung ISMED worth pursuing.
ISMED still worth it? Or still med to be?
Ang dami iterations. Oo, basta may episodes na.
May question na din, kaya ko naalala yung ISMED still worth pursuing. Pero yun,
Oo.
yung ano dito ay, ang daming depende. Kaya siya maraming conjunctions. Kasi maraming depende talaga sa ganitong concern. Depende sa'yo, depende sa... Kasi yung, di ba, marami nag-start with a dream in their mind. But a lot of that will change as you go through med school, as you see kung paano yung profession. Marami akong kilala na like, parang ganyan, neurosurgery yung gusto dati, pagdating, ikaw, besh, di ba, ganun din, ganun ka din.
Sige, go. Correct.
Tama, di ba, parang, marami kang matututunang bago, marami kang makikilala pa. I guess one thing is, keep an open mind sa options and be okay with the fact that dreams can change. But if you still really want it at the end of it all, kaya naman siya. It's just that, wag kang matay down dahil lang na-express mo na ako, pangarap ko to at kailangan ito yung pangarap ko forever.
Agree. Tsaka, yung tanong niya, yung sa mindset, ano nga ba? Ano ba dapat yung maging goals niya? Ang hirap no? Kasi parang at a young age, ang hirap naman talaga mag-set ng goals na ito yung gusto kong gawin after med. Kasi madidiscover mo na kahit gusto mo yung med na field, yung discipline, minsan ma-realize mo ayaw mo pala ng mamasyente, so mapupunta ka sa ibang field, or ma-realize mo gusto mo palang magturo sa academe, ayaw mong mag-practice ng clinical. Diba?
Ako, I guess yung mindset ay, siguro ang goal dapat ay makilala niya yung sarili niya in those aspects. Not just yung what interests her, but also what her style is, what works for her, what she's good at, ganyan. Mga
pero
bagay.
Ang naalala ko pala, ang dapat sure siya ay, kung gusto niyang yumaman, hindi med.
Well, depende, pero...
I mean, dapat hindi yun yung mindset niya.
Yes.
Sorry. So wag sa mag-start sa mindset na gusto niyang yumaman.
Yes,
kasi, wag na lang. As in, i-discourage ko siya mag-med kung yun yung mindset niya. Kasi kung yun yung start mo, magsisira lahat ng values mo or foundation mo dapat as a doctor na hindi yun yung una.
At saka tingin ko, kung gusto mong yumaman, there are easier options. Hindi pagdodoktor. Kasi...
shorter options.
Hindi ko din kasi masabing walang mayamang doktor. Marami.
Meron naman talaga. Pero sana wag yun yung primary goal mo, no? Siguro mga tertiary na, ganun. Secondary.
Hindi, yung in terms of pagyaman, I would think, given all the years na ibubuno mo yung
tuition,
investment, yung investment mo sa oras, panahon, enerhiya, youth.
Your youth, diba?
So, lahat yun, parang kailangan i-take into consideration if at the end of it all, worth it ba talaga?
Oo. Ano bang dapat gawin niya ngayon pa lang to somehow prepare myself? Ako if I were to go back in time, wow.
Yes.
Pumili ka ng... Ay, joke, nasa college na siguro siya, no? Anyway, kung sa mga ibang nakikinig na gusto mag-med, na nag-iisip ko anong course, ako I go for kahit wag yung directly na traditional pre-med. Kung, parang go to the humanities, to social sciences. Unless yung med school na gusto mo ay merong requirement na courses, edi maging strategic ka. Like, think a few years ahead. Pero kung wala namang requirement na ganun yung gusto mong med school, I go for other disciplines para maging mas holistic yung approach mo sa med.
Yeah, wag magpatali sa pagdodoktor. It's a noble profession, but at the end of the day, it's still also a job.
Next.
Next. Ito ay from Frustrate Dreamer.
Walang D-besh. Frustrate lang.
Sorry. Nag-fill in the blank siya sa akin. So, she's 23, goes by she, her. Ang kanyang chief complaint, ang haba ng chief complaint. I aspire to be a doctor, pero totoo bang medicine is for the privileged lamang? I dreamt of becoming a med student for 6 years, pero kung kailan na nakapasa ng boards, just realize how financially incapable I am. My parents can support me 100%. Even if I still can get scholarship, I think it will not be enough to sustain my allowance and needs sa school. Totoo bang magastos talaga? How can one be financially ready to enter med? Wait, iba yung tanong. Pareho lang ba tanong? Yung kanyang HBII. What I really want...
Gusto mo bang sagutin muna yung
Sige, yun na lang muna.
Sige. So, yung short answer dyan ay...
Magastos.
Technically speaking, hindi siya for the... technically speaking, oo. Kasi to a certain extent, parang meron kang privilege to delay adulting, to delay working. Kasi usually, di ba kaya nga tayo merong K-12 kasi yung objective ng gobyerno natin ay hopefully maging employable na yung mga makakagraduate ng K-12. Tapos ikaw magme-med ka pa, pinahaba mo pa, di ba?
Yes,
So medyo technically for the privilege siya, but we have state scholarships naman na available. Pero hindi ko alam kung covered ba nun yung allowances. At saka syempre, kung ikaw yung breadwinner, kung ikaw yung panganay, inaasahan ng mga magulang mo na makakatulong ka na sa expenses, hindi mo yun mabibigay kasi ang med school, hindi siya parang law school eh. Usually, di ba, ang law school pwede ka mag-part-time. Ang med school, wala akong alam na part-time night na med school. Walang ganon. Di ba?
May kilala ako na nag-work during med school, but sobrang hirap nun. Not na i-discourage ko. I think, to some extent, kaya naman. But, parang pagdadaanan mo yon at the prime of your youth and...
nakaka-age yun.
Hindi, pero, talaga, I guess the straightforward answer is, kailangan nga, I think we're very lucky to be doctors in the first place, to be able to go through med school in the first place. Not to say na impossible to get scholarships and all, but hindi rin siya mali na magastos talaga siya. Magastos yung living expenses, magastos yung mga, ang tawag dyan, yung mga sabihin ko sana contribution sa project, very grade school.
Yung pambili ng Manila paper.
Pero living expenses, yung
totoo.
Kasi wala kang weekend halos, 'di ba? Kung nag-duty ka, wala naman 'yun eh. Tapos buti ngayon kahit papaano the hospitals somehow provide for the materials, but that's not true for all institutions. Sometimes you still have to buy your own stuff, to get your own materials, get your own books. Hindi siya tipong tuition lang. And even the tuition itself is already a big thing. But even then, ang dami pang hidden charges. So
true. So, yung tanong niya pa na totoo bang magastos? Yes, in general. Yeah. Kahit yung mga pinakamatipid na med school na walang tuition or merong scholarship, to a certain extent, meron pa rin siyang gastos. And how can one be financially ready? Again, may episode kami dyan na nagtrabaho muna siya bago siya mag-med school. So kung talagang hindi kaya ng Banco de Mama ng parents, I think kailangan mo na siya pag-ipunan.
True. Totoo. Yeah.
O yung actual letter na niya.
Yung actual niyang tanong ay, what I really want to ask po is, I'm really frustrated na gusto ko talaga mag-med, pero parang malabo na po talaga because of finances. I just want to hear stories po of people who gave up their dreams of becoming MD and are still happy with no regrets. Or mga tao that chose a different career. Or also people who had to work years muna before becoming a med student. Ito! Ayan! Ang galing! So, I'm 23. I know I'm still young, pero we also have certain timelines that we want to achieve in life. Are there people who also gave up the dream of becoming a doctor along the way? Was it worth it? Ayan.
Meron akong kakilala, to answer the last question, meron akong kakilala na college batchmate na siguro parang ang rate namin ay 5% lang yung hindi nagtuloy ng med dun sa batch namin. Tapos parang masaya naman siya. Parang nung mga parang reunion na habang med students pa kami, siya parang team lead na sa isang company. Tapos, na siya, mga nakakapunta na siya kung saan-saan. So, during med school, meron talagang period na parang may inggit ka sa mga peers mo na nakakagala-gala na, nakakabili na ng kung ano-ano. Tapos ikaw, nag-aaral ka pa. Pinaproblema mo yung exam, pinaproblema mo yung move type exam mo the following day, nagbabasa ka ng trans. So, yun. Pero tapos, gusto niya mag-doctor talaga yung classmate ko na yun. Pero parang, nung nag-start na siya mag-work, natuwa na siya, nagustuhan na niya. Tapos ngayon, parang wala naman siyang regrets. So, baka hindi talaga para sa kanya yung pagiging doktor. Kaya parang okay lang sa kanya na hindi maging doktor.
Yeah. So, I think, on one end, kapag na-realize mo ang hindi naman para sa'yo, that's okay. Dreams can change. Pero kung gusto mo pa rin talaga, siguro ang assurance dito ay yung lagi nating sinasabi, na dream delayed is not a dream denied.
Yes. From a sage or something.
Yes.
Last letter na tayo, Besh. Kasi
sige.
Ang dami pala nito, no? So, may next, sa 2026 na yung next. Labo. Every new, joke lang.
Oo.
Okay, our last letter for this episode ay galing kay Ali. Oh, sumulat pa si Ali. Dapat na lang sa atin. Nahiya naman si Ali eh. One Instagram ang PML, ano lang kami. 25, he, him. Ang
Oh.
kanyang chief complaint ay rejection and denial. Ting,
Oh.
ting, ting. May episode na kami dyan. No? Agad-agad.
Go.
Ang kanyang history of present illness ay how can I move on from the recent silent rejection that I cannot admit? Ay, ito yung poetic. Okay. How can I move on from the recent silent rejection that I cannot admit? And so I decided to open myself up to someone else just to conceal, don't feel. Well, wala yung don't feel. What I've been through. How can I prevent myself from reciprocating the rejection? Intindihin mo ito maigi ba siya? Binabasa ko lang, hindi ko kayang intindihin at the same time. How can I prevent myself from reciprocating the rejection that I felt from the person who rejected me to the person who seemed interested in me? Ang daming main characters. But I can't like him back. Pinilit kong i-deny ang pain ng rejection, thinking na if I could have another one in my life, eventually mawawala din yung pain. But I got it wrong. Now, this new one is showing really great interest and I gave him the chance, but still I felt bad for feeling nothing special towards him. Hindi ko alam, pero ayokong maramdaman ng taong to ang nararamdaman ko doon sa taong unang nang reject sa akin kapag aking aaminin, bakit papuntang parang wika na to? Aaminin na I don't think I'm ready to be in the relationship with him.
Ang sama
Then you
natin,
guys-
ba't natin tinatawanan?
Wait lang.
Basic, simple lang siya actually.
Pakidrawing yung
Hindi.
web. Ulit?
So may ABC.
Sige.
Oh.
Sige.
Si letter sender si A.
Ah,
May gusto siya kay B. Rineject siya ni B. Dahil na-reject siya ni B, na-hurt siya, so nag-try siyang mag-start ng something with C. Si C ay bet siya. Pero, hindi niya magawang i-bet si C. So, ayaw niyang mang-reject sana, kasi ayaw niyang masaktan din si C, kasi alam niya yung feeling ni C based on experience niya with B. Yun lang siya.
Okay. Okay, gets. I can relate. Wow.
Kaya
Itago na lang natin kung sino ako dun sa ABC. Wow.
Hindi, gusto ko i-reveal mo.
Hindi. Ako si D. Ang yung character. Okay. So, I think sa maling podcast ka sumulat.
Hindi. Sabi nga natin, demystify
paano ba
and
to?
humanize.
Ay, sorry.
Ano ba?
Medicine ba to?
Hindi. Pero alam mo,
Question talaga yun. Sige, go.
maraming ganyang mga webs and chains sa medicine, ha? Mga
Webs and chains.
Oo, totoo yan.
True.
Nagkagusto dito, tapos ayaw lang kay ganito, tapos may ganito, pero reject ni ganyan. Maraming ganyan.
Ano nga
naman
ba?
yan?
Feeling ko kasi, ba? Kasi kung patatagalin niya, tapos hindi naman talaga niya gusto or wala namang way, poprolong niya lang, pipilit niya, mas mahirap yun eh. Sabihin, pinapaasapan niya. Diba? Kung hindi naman talaga niya feel, di maging straightforward, ganun talaga yung feeling ng rejection.
Wow.
Sorry. Sorry, parang nadala ako na.
Hindi, pero ano naman siya, like, pag reject ka pag rejection in this instance, it can be kinder than leading the person on. Mahirap talaga yung rejection. I think, hindi ko maalala lang anong episode, but we've mentioned it before na whatever you do, it will be painful. Kahit paano mo siya gawin, masakit talaga siya.
True.
Kasi, it's like, you're aspiring to someone or something, tas wala. It's not for you, kailangan mo tanggapin yun. Hindi kayo pareho ng gustong mangyari. It's just something you have to accept. Pero, yun nga, mahirap siya. So, I guess, on your end, just try to reject as kindly as possible, but also as directly as possible.
Ayaw po kita.
Bastos ka! Parang, wag mo lang siguro, just don't add salt to the wound.
Oo.
Hindi ko alam.
Pero totoo, wala talagang way na zero yung pain.
Yeah.
Meron talaga yan. So, for you, ang makokontrol mo nga ay to be as, direct pa rin, pero wag mo nang lagyan ng maraming euphemism. Be direct, wag mo nang gatungan kung bakit or something, unless mag-probe. Tapos, kung talagang buo na yung decision mo na wala talagang pag-asa to, do the rejection as soon as you can. Diba?
Tsaka yung sinabi na kung naranasan na niya from a previous rejection, yung rejection, edi use what...
Isipin niya kung how would have he liked the rejection, di ba?
Yes, how would it have been better for him, di ba?
Yes, agree.
Napag-usapan na natin to,
Oo nga, parang it's deja vu.
It's very deja vu. Parang oh my God.
Pero outside the podcast. Wow.
Yeah. May person involved. Sana nakikinig pa rin.
Hoy.
Ay, bakit?
Tapos.
Ayun nga. Wala there's no easy way to reject someone, sadly. And it's really just something in life na a pain we have to learn to get through. Yung alam mo yung kind of thing na the only way is through. So, wala, no other way to go around it. I wish we could be more helpful, pero wala ganun talaga.
Kaya mo yan.
Uy, grabe yun.
Hindi tama naman. Kayanin niya yan.
Pero ayan, that's all the time we have.
Oo.
Nag-enjoy ka ba, Besh? Parang ang daming pwede i-unpack, no? Wala kasing short question. Naalala ko, the first time we did this, ang daming short questions sa madali lang sagutin. Wala ngayon lahat ay may...
Mahaba na ngayon, no?
And mabibigat.
Pero kasi nasasagot na sa previous episodes, kaya...
Yeah, kaya...
Pero baka 2025, baka bago na yung perspective natin, baka pagka-uwi ko, I'm a more liberated. Yes. Liberated! My mind is, baka pwede nating sagutin yung iba, tapos parang yung papayo ko na ay, hindi ko alam kung ano yung papayo ko, baka mag-iba na.
Hindi, pero I think ang daming recurring questions kung napansin mo. So I think there are some questions that would warrant a part 2. Kahit na nasagot na siya before or may previous episode, there are a lot of questions here that would resonate with a lot of people. And tama ka, we've also changed. We might have new answers to old questions.
True.
Oh, I'm excited for the year to come. Are you?
Oo, kasi wala lang. Parang yung 2025, oo. Siyempre, hanapin ako dito ng di ba? Illegal na ako dito Hindi pwedeng mag-extend.
May podcast ka, Besh, nakakatakot. Uy, bakit dito pa siya?
Makita yung background. Hala, oo nga. Tapos mama, makita nila yung background. Tapos yung mga nirecord natin, July, ito pa rin yung background ko. Sabihin nila. Diba?
But I'm excited to have you back. Please come back.
I will.
Do you miss me?
Yes. Parang deja vu na naman yung Do You Miss Me na yun. Sige na, Besh. Yung outro natin, bago na.
Oo, pakinggan nyo. Tingnan nyo yung difference. Spot the difference. Sana nagustuhan nyo tong episode na to. If you want to go and see more episodes, follow Kwentong Callroom Podcast on Spotify. We drop new episodes every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Again, Wednesday, 5 p.m. na yung new episodes. Pwede rin balikan yung past episodes namin. Still on Spotify. Feel free to comment and answer the episode polls.
You can also follow us on social media for more chika and updates. So meron tayong Facebook, it's Kwentong Callroom Podcast. X, @Callroom Podcast. Ganun din sa Instagram and Threads. So @Callroom Podcast.
You can also join our Discord community, Callroom Tambayan, our official community server kung saan pwede kayo makichika with us at iba pang mga ka-callroom.
Ang taray ng server, maka-order nga dyan.
Tawag doon.
Oo nga. Each week, meron din tayong episode question that we post on IGX and Discord. So, pwede kayo makisagot every week, every Friday, 12 p.m. Yes, alam kong pag Friday, 12 p.m., gusto mo nang umuwi. Pero sumagot ka muna sa question natin.
Yeah, during lunchtime naman, kapag you need a break from work, excited ka na mag-weekend, yun, there's a question to answer. At sa mga gustong mag-submit pa rin ng questions, concerns at chief complaints, open pa rin ang kwento mo sa call room, yung tulad ng ginawa natin kanina. It's a Google form where you can submit your questions to us. At kung mapili yung kwento mo, pwede natin yung sagutin in one of our future episodes. The link is pinned in all our social media pages.
And if you want to reach us via email, sponsors, brands, you can reach out to us. You can also email at kwentongcallroom@gmail.com. Again, that's kwentongcallroom@gmail.com.
Oh my God. I'm so excited for the year to come, Besh. I always keep saying na 2024 wasn't my best year. But maybe 2025 will be better.
Yes, agree.
Sagutin mo naman yun. Ano ba?
Ay, ano ba? Yun ang agree nga laban. Ano ba? Agree
Anyway,
laban. 2025 is your year.
Yes, we're excited for more chika this year. So sana makisama pa rin kayo dito sa call room. With that, I'm Ella.
And I'm JB.
And
this has been...
Ay, sorry. Kwentong...
Tapos na, besh. Past tense na. This
sorry.
has been...
Kwentong call room.
Kwentong call room.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.